Every art form swore it could stand alone. Film had story, music had soul, design had vision. But once they all stepped into the same ring, the internet, the fight changed. It wasn't artist versus artist anymore. It was artist versus evolution. When I was a kid, we used to argue about who would win in a fight, the karate guy or the boxer, the ninja or the wrestler. Everyone had their favorite style, their favorite fighter. But then something happened. The cage showed up. And once everyone started fighting under the same roof, those clean lines disappeared. Karate had to learn to grapple. Boxers had to learn to kick. And out of that chaos, a new discipline was born, mixed martial arts. Now, here's what I've been thinking lately. What if the same thing is happening to creativity? Are we watching the birth of mixed media arts? Think about it. There was a time when every art had its own dojo. The writers wrote, the musicians played, the filmmakers filmed, and the designers designed. And if you wanted to make it, you picked your lane and you stayed there. That's how the system worked. There were walls between disciplines, and there were gatekeepers guarding the doors. But something changed. Technology came along, and like a wrecking ball, it smashed those walls wide open. Suddenly, the tools got smaller, the process got faster, and the artists got hungrier. Music went from orchestras to five-man bands to producers to just one kid with a laptop and an internet connection. Film went from Hollywood backlots to indie cameras to iPhones to AI editing tools in your browser. Art used to need an entire army. Now it just needs bandwidth. And when that happened, creators stopped playing within their disciplines and started fighting between them. Just like martial artists had to mix styles to survive, creators today have to mix mediums to stay relevant, or at least it kind of feels that way. Let's break this down from a business of play lens, because this isn't just a creative shift, it's a market evolution. First, compression of collaboration. Every new generation of tools has made creators more self-sufficient. The orchestra became the band became the producer became the algorithm. And each time the same question comes up: how much can one person do? Turns out, a lot. The modern creator doesn't need a label, a studio, or a publisher, because they're all three. They've learned to write, design, shoot, edit, brand, and sell, because the world rewards hybrids. Second, platform incentives. Algorithms don't care about your major or your medium. They care about attention. And that means the people who win online are the ones who can mix disciplines on command. It feels like these days, you can't just be a writer. You need to be a writer who edits video, who understands lighting, who designs thumbnails, and who can speak to a camera without sounding like they're reading from a script. You're not competing with your classmates anymore. You're competing with the entire internet. Third, cultural power shift. We used to say the liberal arts, but it's feeling a lot more like lethal arts these days, because creativity isn't even a hobby anymore. It's the thing the entire economy is based on. The people who learn how to fight across those mediums are the ones building entire ecosystems around their ideas. Oldie but goodie, one of my favorites, Ice Cube, wasn't just a rapper. He was a screenwriter, an actor, a producer, a businessman. Donald Glover, he didn't wait for a lane to open up for him. He just created one. He's writing, directing, acting, composing, performing, and that's the point. The future belongs to these cross-trained creators. Philosophical turn. So when I say we're watching the birth of mixed media arts, I'm not talking about a new genre. I'm talking about a new generation. A generation that's learning to fight in every arena. The old question used to be, what's your medium? The new question is, what are you mixing? Because the creators of tomorrow aren't going to just specialize. They're going to synthesize. They'll blend the physical with the digital. Say it with me, phygital. The art with the algorithm. The story with the strategy. And that fusion, that's where the magic lives. That's where the business and play collide, payoff. So yeah, maybe liberal arts had their moment, but the future, it belongs to mixed media arts. Because in this new creative economy, the most dangerous artists aren't the ones who just master one thing. They're the ones who mix everything. This is the business of play, according to Clay. Like, follow, and sub on LinkedIn and YouTube and Substack and anywhere else and all of the things. And I'll see you in the next one.